Okay, we're going.
Now tell us about, you know, obviously it's been a few years since the last ape. You know, your tools have advanced. I mean, how have you built a better ape this time around?
The biggest change as far as the apes go is, you know, what technically was to the fur system we were using. You know, there's a brand new fur system that was rolled out on this film. And then the facial system, the animation system. You know, in this film, you know, I think in Rise we saw Caesar say, "No!" That was kind of it. In this film, you know, he speaks. A couple of the apes actually have speaking roles, and because of that dialogue requirement, we knew that the facial system that we had on the last film wasn't quite going to cut it. So a lot of our sort of hero characters had to go back for a bit more work, you know, especially around the muzzle, so that the animators could really replicate what we were seeing in the ape performers, you know, and make sure that we're matching those beats both facially when they're doing chimp-like things like hooting and stuff, but also be able to deliver dialogue in a believably convincing way.
Don't you move!
Should we shoot him?
Maybe.
Whoa. Hey.
Now I'm very interested in Koba as a character because obviously, as you were saying today, he's changed quite a bit. He was a little bit, he wasn't such a major player in the last film, and he was really a major player in this one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm interested on your take on the character this time around.
Koba's my favorite guy in the movie. You know, I got the chance to sort of work with a lot of the really, you know, heavy-hitting Koba scenes in this film, which was fantastic. Toby Kebbell, like, just did an amazing job playing him. You know, like, the character that we see on screen, that's Toby. He just happens to have this, like, amazing look of this twisted bonobo that's got this hunchback and these scars and all this stuff. The abused lab chimp, you know. We saw how cool he looked in the last one as well, but, you know, he hardly got any screen time. Certainly didn't have, you know, the caliber performance, you know, that we're seeing here, you know. And so to take that ape with his sort of twisted background, you know, what happened to him in his past and what that has done to his sort of take on humanity. You know, Koba is the biggest proponent of getting rid of all these guys once and for all, you know. And so in that, you know, they often say, like, the villains are the most interesting parts almost, you know, and he's sort of the, you know, the yin to Caesar's yang or something like that, you know, like you've got these two very different outlooks on mankind, you know. And so you take that struggle of these apes just trying to, like, live in peace in the woods. You inject the human element into that. The humans, they're just trying to survive. You know, they've been through unimaginable, you know, crap, you know. And then to throw those two bodies together and just watch the sparks fly has been really fun. Watching
the footage, I felt more, I feel, for the apes than I did for the humans, which is a very interesting sort of way to feel as an audience member. I mean, that's a very purposeful thing, I would imagine, in terms of how much screen time each set gets.
We do, I mean, yeah, we do spend a lot of time with the apes, you know, seeing what their way of life is, living in their world. But at the same time, there's also, you know, the human characters that we see, you know, like you have to try and imagine, like, what these people have been through, you know, like, you know, the film starts out, I think we pick up kind of where the end titles of the last one left off, you know, where we kind of see the virus spreading and we learn, you know, like, oh wow, like, mankind was almost wiped off the planet. And what, you know, you look at struggles you've seen on the news, riots, all that kind of stuff, and just extrapolate that to billions of people dying. You know, what does this world become? And I think there's definitely some empathy with the situation that they're finding themselves in. You know, like, they're just getting to the point where, like, they can start putting their lives back together again.
War, it's not what you want. There must be another way.